Lesson 6 on equivalent ratios. Two different ways to see if the rates are equivalent or if the rates are the same. The first way we're going to compare rates is by finding the unit rate. The second way we're going to find if the rates are equivalent is by looking at them as if they're fractions, equivalent fractions. So let's focus on the first way. Is 20 miles in 5 hours equivalent or equal to the rate 45 miles in 9 hours? Well, we can write each rate as a unit rate. So my first rate is comparing miles to hours, and 20 miles in 5 hours is a unit rate. I know unit means 1, so I'll put 1 under the hours. And it's simply a division problem. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So 20 to 5 is equal to 4 to 1. Well, let's check the other rate. Again, we have miles to hours. But this rate is 45 miles in 9 hours. I want to make it a unit rate. So 45 divided by 9 is 5. So is 4 to 1 and 5 to 1 equal? No. So 20 to 5 and 45 to 9 are not equal. So I can say no, they're not equal because the unit rates are not equal. Okay, so that's one way we can look at comparing rates. If our numbers are pretty simple to work with, that would be a simple way. Let's look at another example. Is 3 free throws made out of 7 attempts equivalent to 9 free throws made out of 14 attempts? So let's write each ratio as a fraction, and the things being compared are free throws to attempts. And in my first rate, I have 3 free throws made for every 7 attempts. And my other rate is 9 free throws made out of 14 attempts. Now, if I look at my numbers, 3 to 7 and 9 to 14, those are not too easy to put as a unit rate because of, 3 divided by 7 and 9 divided by 14. So I can think of them as fractions. I can think, does 3/7 equal 9/14? And then I can use what I know about equivalent fractions to find out. I know that 7 times 2 is 14. So I have to check my top number, the numerator, to see if 3 times 2 gives me 9. And I know 3 times 3 is 9. So if I had to multiply by two different numbers, then it can't be equal. So the answer is no, and the reason is the fractions are not equal. Okay, let's look at the example below and see if we can figure out what method would work best for us. You can choose whatever method you like. Choose one of the methods above to determine if the pair of ratios is equivalent. So Alex scored 16 points in 4 games. Jack scored 48 points in 8 games. So let's look at Alex first and then compare his points to Jack's. In setting up my ratio, I know I'm comparing points to games. And for Alex, he scores 16 points in 4 games. If I look at those two numbers, I know 16 divided by 4 is easy. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. So this rate is 4 to 1. If I look at Jack's points to games, he's scoring 48 points in 8 games. And again, I know I could divide 48 divided by 8 easily. So 48 divided by 8 is 6. Now I look at the unit rates. Are they equal? No. So those rates cannot be equal. And the reason is no, the unit rates are not equal. Now, if I wanted to look at it as a fraction, I could probably do it that way too. I'm going to look at it this way. Is 16 to 4 equal to 48 to 8? Okay, if I look, I know 4 times 2 is 8. But is 16 times 2 48? No. So these cannot be equal. So this way I could say no because the fractions are not equal. So you choose the way that works best for you and come back with questions if you have any. Have a great night.